The ReachOut project helps research projects to implement beta testing practices and to recruit beta testers by running promotion initiatives, in particular beta testing campaigns. So on the ReachOut website, you have information about the ReachOut project. And in particular, you have an introduction here about the ReachOut concept, how it helps supporting projects to run beta testing campaign. And the ReachOut methodology slides take you in detail through the process of what a beta testing campaign is and what you can do and what you should do to run a beta testing campaign. So this webinar is about the ReachOut campaign platform, which is reachable through this website here, reachout-project.eu. So on this website, if you want to create a beta testing campaign as a research project, so assume you're a project leader, the first thing you do is to register as a campaign manager. So you click on this button here, and this opens a form where you should enter your name, and you need to create your own username. So for example, here, Alex ReachOut, you give a password, which you'll remember. Accept this one, and then you enter the CAPTCHA and you register. So by doing this, the registration process will display a page saying that your registration has been taken into account, and you need to go to your email to be able to finalize the registration process. So if you go to your mailbox here, you see that you have an activation link just received. So if you click on this link, this will activate your account. And once I'm logged in, I'm taken now on this workflow page, which tells you exactly what to do. So the first thing to do is to create a project. And here we're going to simulate a campaign for testing the ReachOut project itself. So I can give my project name as ReachOut. And then I need to add some information about this project. I can copy a text here, which I have in the description of my project, and then I save. So this will create, or this will register my project in ReachOut. So we can see here, my project's been registered. You can see the logo, the short description, and the long description. So now the workflow tells me that once the project has been created, I need to create a beta testing campaign. So same thing, I will have to enter a name for the campaign, and the next screen will show me all the information that I need to do. So the campaign name for this project, because here it's all about testing. So let's say campaign name is testing the ReachOut platform. So I can create this campaign here. And so in the next screen, there's a number of information that you need to provide for this campaign. So here, I'm going to say it's 1 hour. Then you need to describe the objectives of that campaign. The next one is to provide requirements for your campaign. This is what I need here. So for testing ReachOut, I needed to have the name, a long description, short description of the project. I need to have a logo file for the project. I need to have objectives here. I need to have an estimated duration. So it's very important to have this test scenario available and described. So the next step is the scenario. So the scenario could be either described here in length or through an external page. So here I'm going to summarize the scenario that we're doing for testing ReachOut. You can also monitor your campaign through its dashboard, which we'll go through as well. So finally, if you have incentives, it could be some rewards for the efforts, t-shirts, cups, participation in a draw or something. So you could add this here. So when you're done, you can save this campaign. So you will see the result of saving the campaign in the next page. And so now we've reached the next step in the workflow. You can see here on the summary screen the start date and the end date, your estimated test duration, You have a little warning here for campaign managers only that this campaign is currently not published, so it's not active. So another reminder that the campaign is not published and that you need to go and activate the questionnaire. If you want to re-edit these campaign details, if you've forgotten to add a link or some description, you can do it so by clicking this button. And otherwise, the next step is to customize and activate the questionnaire for the campaign. So if you click on this button, you're directed to the survey software, which manages the actual questionnaires. And so you re-enter the same credentials that you had input when you created your account. And here you're taken to Lime Survey, which is the third-party software that we use to manage the questionnaires. And so you have an overview of your campaign here, and in particular, ReachOut generates for you a set of questions, which we've made as generic as possible, corresponding to a beta testing campaign, a typical one. You can customize the questions if you like, if you want to. So typically, the first question is about, in general, is about managing to install and set up the software. So here, if I want to edit this question, remember we're doing a beta testing campaign for testing the ReachOut platform, so there's no software to install. So we could write things like, did you manage to create your project and campaign in ReachOut? So that's a typical customization you may want to do. So if I go back to the list of questions, the second question would be, how would you rate the installation setup? So I can customize this one. And I could say, how would you rate the creation of a campaign in ReachOut? That's another type of customization you can do. And if we go back to the questions, again, question 3 is about how would you rate your experience with the beta version of the software, so you can edit that one, and so on. So for each of the questions that we've pre-generated for you, you can customize them. You can also add a new question if you want to. So once you're done, and once you've customized all these questions, by going here to the main page of this survey that's been generated, you can preview the survey. So this will give you an idea of what the beta testers will see. So let's click on the preview button here, and this is what the beta testers will see when they test the software. So here we can see that question 1 has been customized, question 2 as well. So if you want to do some more modifications, you can go back to the list of questions and edit them. And once you're done, what you want to do is to activate the survey. So here, I'm quite happy to do so. So I'll save and I'll activate the survey. It's a good idea to only activate the survey once you're satisfied with your list of questions and the structure of your survey. So if I now go back to ReachOut and I go to the home page of the project, I will be able to see that there's a new campaign available. So here we've got this new campaign that's available for users. Okay, and if I go to my home page before we run through the role of the beta testers, I can see the summary of the project that I had created, of the survey, which is now active. So the warning has disappeared here, and I can go through the next step, which is the campaign dashboard. So the campaign dashboard is a tool that's provided by ReachOut together with the methodology to allow you to monitor the progress of your campaign. So there's a number of items. It's a self-scoring scorecard typically. So there's a number of items which we've described in the methodology of the project, which will help the beta test project managers to follow the progress of this campaign. So is the goal clearly elicited? So in our case, it's yes. The scope is described and documented. Partner information is completed. I've got a beta campaign manager appointed. Do I have a support contact point? So maybe not, it's not yet appointed. Do I have already internal beta testers? So yes, it's us in that case. Are the beta testers defined and identified? So here I may think, maybe I didn't quite define who my target is, so I may put a score of 60 on this. Do I have an incentive? So here I don't have one, so I just keep it 0, and so on. So we've got another set which is about the preparation of the campaign itself. So is the scenario defined? So in our case it is. Is the beta version packaged and tested? Is the link operational? Have I tested myself the hello world? Is the documentation produced? Has the questionnaire been developed? Is there any fine prints ready? So here I realize I haven't got a fine print. So typically that's either the one provided by ReachOut or your own if you have one. And to have a communication package for my project. So here it might not be quite finished. And the last one is the campaign live. So yes, it is. Have I done some promotion action for my campaign? So I haven't done them yet. Have I recruited 10 beta testers already? No. Do I have some questionnaires? No. Have I done some analysis, etc.? So at the initial stage of the campaign is live, but none of the other items I've got any progress, which is normal. So then I can save my dashboard, and on the dashboard I will be able to have to see the status of my campaign as it is today. So the fact that the execution is nearly at 0, it's normal because I'm just starting the campaign. So in the last part of this webinar, we will now play the role of the beta tester itself. Log out at this point and see what the actual beta testers visiting the ReachOut website will see. So they will see similar things, except that they will now also have a possibility to register. So the interest of registering is that in order for the beta testers to be rewarded, they need to provide some contact email, so which we're adding here. And so if the campaign has provided some incentives, that would be a way also for the campaign to be able to get in touch with the beta testers. Of course, this is an optional input, and if the beta tester wishes to remain anonymous, they can. So now if I click on the survey button, was I able to create my project and campaign? I was. How do I rate the creation of campaign? It's very easy. And then so on for the different answers. So do I want to know more about this ReachOut? Am I interested in exploring further? Did it run according to the documentation? Yes, so far. Any suggestion? Please keep doing a great job would be one. And in the next screen, there's information about the user. So you can choose whether the user is from industry, academic, local government, or SME. If the beta tester had provided some information about their email in the previous screen, they should enter it here so that we can reach to them to give them their incentives. Otherwise, they can remain anonymous if they want to. In the next screen, we describe more questions about the user experience. So how is the user interface to understand, with some comments that the user can add here. The beta tester can also give some information about the feeling about the performance efficiency of the software, the stability, the testability of the software, how easy to test it is. And once the beta tester is finished, that's it. So now if I go back to the ReachOut website and I log in as the campaign manager again, I can go back again to my homepage, which shows me my campaign, which is currently ongoing. And I can go again to the link to Lime Survey. And here, if I go to the main link, I can now have a summary of the responses that have been provided for this campaign. I can query the different responses about the statistics. There's also a simple mode here that shows me, and so here I'll only have one response, but that shows me graphs about the different values that were provided for by all the beta testers. So this could be a good tool for once you start having a lot of users testing your product. This could be a good tool to summarize the different answers that you get in your responses to your survey. So in summary, ReachOut gives you, as a project, the possibility to register your project and register your beta testing campaign with ReachOut. So it gives you the tools to define what the campaign is, describe for future beta testers what the objectives, the requirements, the instructions are. With ReachOut, we generate for you a feedback questionnaire which the beta testers can fill in. And once the beta testers have filled in the questionnaire, you can view their answers in terms of statistical graphs as well if you want to. And also, ReachOut provides beta testing campaigns and projects with what we call the beta testing campaign dashboard, which allows you to follow the progress of your campaign and gives you a list of points that you must check to ensure the success of your beta testing campaign and follow its progress.